And we're delighted to be back with Bob Schieffer, who moderated presidential debates in the last 3 elections. Bob, it's great to be here with you. I'm so happy you're here. Okay, so you've done this before, and it would be about 24 hours before the debate. What would you be thinking if you were in this spot?
I think I'd be under the bed, hoping they couldn't find me. I tell you, John, people don't believe me sometimes when I say I don't get nervous on TV, but I've done it so long, it's second nature. But in 2004, when I did my first presidential debate, I was getting ready to go out on the stage, and I looked down, and I was shaking like a leaf. I mean, I hadn't had stage fright, I bet, in 20 years. But this is unlike anything any of us involved in journalism have ever done. And when you think of all those people out there, I mean, you're talking about a Super Bowl-size crowd, and this one may set a record.
And as a moderator, working the refs has become a full-time occupation of both campaigns and of social media. And I mean, it's a one. Of course, you'd be under the bed. Everybody's coming to get you.
You know, my advice to the moderators is think of it this way: no matter how mean they are, no matter what they're saying about you on social media, every quarterback that loses today in the NFL, they're going to say worse things about him. So welcome to the NFL. This is just kind of how it is.
So how is it now? There's been a big question about fact-checking and what the moderator's role should be in that. How do you see that question?
Well, and I've said, and I've thought about this over the years after doing these things, the first fact-checkers have to be the candidates themselves. If one candidate makes a mistake, you want to give the other person a chance to call him out on that. If he or she doesn't, then the moderator steps in and sets the record straight. But if you don't give the candidates themselves that opportunity, you're being unfair to both of them.
You have a theory that I love about letting the candidates talk. I mean, getting out of the way.
Well, these debates are about more than just the issues, as it were. Yes, issues are important. Yes, party is important. But what these debates are about are who are these people? Do they have the right stuff? Do they have the grace under pressure? This is a pretty tough job, no matter what anybody says. It's a pretty tough job. And I think the role of the moderator is to give people a more complete picture, if you can, of who these two people actually are.
What do you make of the strategies? There's a lot of talk about what each of these two are going to do. I've certainly asked the candidates, surrogates about it a lot. What do you make of this talking about what they're going to do before they do it?
Well, I think they're talking too much. I mean, let's think about this. I mean, Hillary Clinton's campaign is talking about, she's going to try to come up with these one-liners. She's going to try to throw him off. Well, if that is a strategy, fine. I think it's a good strategy. Why would you tell somebody about it? It's like saying, I'm going to tell a joke. Here's the punchline. Now here's the joke. You're not going to get much of a laugh if that's your strategy in telling jokes. I think they should be quiet about that. And I think too many times it's these advisors that are trying to show people in the media how smart they are. They ought to let the candidate be the one that people are focusing on. And I want to say one other thing. John, this idea of putting hecklers in the audience, I mean, Hillary Clinton's talking about putting Mark Cuban in the audience. He's a guy who's been very critical of Trump to try to throw him off, and then, of course, comes back and said, well, I'm going to invite Jennifer Flowers, who's Bill Clinton's old girlfriend. I'm really pleased to know that the Trump campaign this morning said Jennifer Flowers will not be there. Those kinds of things are beneath the dignity of the office that these two people are running for. I think they both would do well to think about that.